So we just did a drawing of Robin the Boy Wonder from Teen Titans 2003. Let's see if we can put him into an action pose. So here's my action pose of Robin swinging through a scene. And as you can see, I've got his legs extended out, his torso and head bent down, his arms back holding onto the cable that he's swinging on. And he's swinging from right to left. So that means his cape has to be going back in the direction he came from. And let's do some tie downs on this just to make it seem like the drawing makes some sense. And I did this in the polychrome cobalt blue, this one. So we can use some other pencil to start doing our tie down. You can pick another color. You can do black. Let's see, this blue is the Oriental blue. So we could do it with that one for some parts of it. Does it show up? It doesn't really show up. How about if we try one of these, 4B Eberhard Faber. And that kind of shows up. It comes down like that and then around. Now sometimes what we did was we would rub the drawing down with an eraser. That would take some of the blue and the waxiness off. So you can still see the lines, but they're not as strong as they were. So as I'm doing this, I'm making decisions about which lines need to be kept, which lines can kind of be not ignored, but don't have to be redrawn. So like I said, I've never worked on the show. I'm betting that the guys that did work on it probably looked at my drawing and said, it's not quite right. Well, you can say that about any drawing that anybody does from any show. I remember going to see my buddy Chris at Warner Brothers at some point. Must have been 2017 or 19. And I was freelancing for Warner Brothers on Scooby, so I decided to drop into his office and see what he was up to. And he was working on Teen Titans, but they had changed the design so they didn't look like this bunch of Titans anymore. It was a totally different design style where they had, it seemed like they were cartoonishly done, like chibis almost, or Funko Pop type thing, big heads. So as you see, I'm making decisions as I go along about which lines need to stay there, which lines to keep. I'm looking at a model sheet that I called up on the internet so I could make sure I'm getting them just right, but it doesn't have to be just right, it just has to be So let's see, as we continue along here, maybe we'll get a different pencil. How about this one, the Beryl Alpha? That's pretty nice. So here I'm putting in little details for the hands holding onto this cable. Which then comes down around here and is probably broken on the ends. And it's some kind of cable that probably used to be on a ship or something, or a drawbridge. So I expanded out his chest a bit. And his leg comes up here. And just a point. Try and make some nice curves. So he's got this, what seems to be metal soles of his shoes, and I just bring them down in a simple shape like that. And this is the top part of it, and there's a break here, it looks like, and then a break here as it comes there, and there's a thickness here. And I don't have a detail of what the sole looks like, but we'll just let that go for now. And let's do the other shoe. And the top of the boot here. So his cape comes around like this, around his shoulder, and it goes across the other shoulder up there. And his cape goes behind him. Now I drew right through that cape to show where it's going. That should probably be like that. And then inside the cape, no doubt there's some shade. And looks like there's an actual darkness to part of the cape. So let's do that like this. And then this one here. And then his boots have that reflection on them. The top of the boot comes up and around like here. And goes down like this. And then the inner boot here. And same on this side. Top of the boot, top of his foot comes around like this. Down like that. And then there's a piece here. And a piece here. So looks like his trunks come around like this and around like that. And then his mask would be colored in. Come under here. This is a nice pencil for this paper. It's just the right amount of drag on the paper. And then of course he has highlights in his hair. So then this part is dark, this part is dark. Kind of like here, here. So there we go. Here's our Robin the Boy Wonder action pose. Mostly finished with our Barrel Alpha pencil, which I kind of doubt they still make this, but you could have used a 6B. That's usually my pencil of choice, anything from 4B to 9B. And then after you do that, you might want to have some speed lines to show where he's coming from. That just shows his action. So until next time, keep drawing and keep having fun. And we'll do a different Teen Titan probably on the next one.